So I'm checked out of the villa today, and I've got quite a bit to say today. But I also wanted to explore a few other little towns or villages nearby, and this place is called Patola, something like that. Not Pattaya, no. I haven't found where the accommodation, where all the villas are and that. And I've drove in here, and I think really one thing it's taught me already, Albox, Arborelis is fine. I'm sure there's a community here somewhere once you drive further in, but I've drove all through 10 miles of that to get here as well. So yeah, I've got a lot to say. Let me start heading back to Alicante Airport, where I got to hand the car in, and I'll tell you some more. Interesting that now I'm on a new bit of motorway bypass, and the sat nav doesn't know there's a road here, so it keeps recalculating and saying I'm on an unpaved road. Oh well, just keep going and ignore it, I think. I stayed here before. The ordinary Ibis 129, the budget one is 99, but they got no rooms left in the budget one. I stayed here before, definitely, maybe when I was leaving to go to the airport. Anyway, it's a shitty little hotel for 120 quid, but I've got a room, doesn't include breakfast. I can check out 12 midday. Here I am, 125 quid. Fuck me, my condo in Thailand's £11 a night. And this is like a shithole, really. I mean, it's alright. It'll do, won't it, for tonight? So yeah, I've got a lot to say. I'm going to say it very quickly. I'm really glad I went down to, this is all off the top of my head, I haven't planned this at all, which I never do I? But really glad I went down to Arborelis, Albox area. It's an area that I probably could live, yeah. Saw those villas and lots of thoughts about them. I mean, I keep thinking, why do I need anything that big, which I don't really, but when they're only 220,000 UK pounds, and then it's a thing for the family and friends. But then am I buying somewhere for family and friends, or am I buying somewhere for me? That's one of the big questions. I did get speaking to somebody who owns a very similar villa to what I was looking at, and they threw this little comment away at some point saying, you know, all we do is bloody clean it from one end of the villa to the other, and that's another big consideration. If you're living in something smaller, you don't need any cleaning, and maybe you could also have nice holidays. You can rent places like that short term rather than actually owning them. Living abroad, I've said this many times before, living abroad is, don't wait till your full retirement in the UK now, because that's, what is it, 67 now? And I'm now 67, I've kind of been retired 2 years. And there are lots of limitations. I'm reasonably fit, I'm able to get about, you know, reasonably. But there's still loads of things I can't do. And there's a few things I don't want to do. I've been living out of a suitcase for 2 years this October, and I'm going to be living out of it a bit longer by the look of it. I did see one place I really liked, had a lot of potential, had potential to make money, because all the inside had been done beautifully, and the people would similar age to me did it all that they were going to stay. Everything they did was superb. The air conditioning was brand new, swimming pool was brand new, so many things new in there, full kitchen, up to date stuff. But then the wife decided that she'd miss the grandchildren, which again, it's another thing, you know. My daughter says, oh yeah, you got to buy somewhere there because we can come and visit you. But I did say to her, I'm more used to you if I was in England than in Spain. So maybe that's a bit of a secret. Maybe I'm going to go back and start looking to get something smaller really pokey in the UK as a base. As a base to travel from, not really travel, but go somewhere and stay. Like I did when I went to Thailand, I stayed there for 6 months. Got a bit of criticism from some people, but you know, I lived in Jomtien, and I know what Jomtien is like to live in, and it was okay. So the other complication is doing this without a take look so far. The other complication is getting the visa, which I absolutely qualify for that. And there is no the complication is, if you get the visa before you buy a place, you have to have at least a 3-month rental. In that area, it's very difficult. There's virtually nothing for 3 months, because in the summer they make a load of money. They make money on Airbnb, and in the winter nobody wants to go there. And that's the same the world over, isn't it? Airbnb has pushed prices up of everything everywhere. Gonna have to open the door because it's getting hot. Oh, a bit of noise now. Right, I opened a couple of windows, but I can't open the one right by me because of the bird noise out there. So where'd we got to? Yeah, getting the visa, you need, I think it might be £26,000 in your bank account in the first year, which is okay, as long as I don't buy. But you need the rental contract, which is difficult. And then you're committing to a year and you haven't found anywhere to live. The other way round is you buy a place first, and you can still go there 6 months of the year. You can do 2 lots of 90 days, split up with 90 days in between, so you could be there 6 months a year without the visa, without the first year residency. But if I brought a place for the £200,000, I wouldn't have enough savings left in my account to qualify. And they don't take the property you own or any valuation on the property you own into account. So that kind of makes it difficult. And the last piece of the jigsaw puzzle of that is I've got the last little warehouse which I owned, which my business is now run out of. Hopefully that will sell this year, and that will solve all them problems. It might be the end of this month. I doubt it will be, because my solicitor's not even been replying to me. So I got to get back to the UK at some point and find out what's going on there. So I think that's covered it. Yeah, I could buy there. Yeah, I could live there. Do I need to? I'm not sure still. I'm really, really glad I went down to that area. I've been looking at that area for about 2 years, year and a half at least, and I did need to explore it, and I've done it. The other problem here, staying anywhere in Spain or anywhere in most areas of Europe in August, is it's bloody expensive everywhere. I've just paid £125 for a room near Alicante because I've got to take the car back today. It didn't even have a tea and coffee making machine. It was a bloody Ibis budget thing. It was awful. The shower was really nice, but the room itself was terrible. 125 quid. And I've been paying those sort of figures all around. So with the car hire, my 2 weeks in Spain, without excluding my spending money, has probably cost me about £2,000. And I keep doing this to find out things that really in the back of my mind I already know. And I have to decide where I'm going next, really. Italy's a possibility, but again, Italy's expensive this time of year. So when I take the car back, I've literally got no plans for today, and I'm gonna start Googling and making some plans. Albox, Alborella's really, really nice place if you're a family, if you're a couple and you want to live there. The town of Albox has everything that you can think of, from hospitals to doctors. So all the activities, golf groups of people, you know, bars, restaurants. Superb, really. It doesn't have the city cafe culture, which I like, and I think I miss that really. But if I get closer to a city or get closer to a beach, then the price goes up and I have to totally rejig what I might buy. And really then that moves into, I would just buy like a lock up and leave, where I can actually travel, and maybe it's got a communal pool, so as a lock up and leave, you know, 2 bed, 2 bath lock up and leave apartment thing, and my family could still use that as well. So yeah, taking the car back. The car's been a good experience, bit hair raising at sometimes driving, but it's been a good experience, been a worthwhile experience, even though it cost me probably £700 roughly for 2 weeks. But I've enjoyed it, and it's been another good experience. time to move on, take the car back, and then decide what to do, I guess. Okay, that's it. Not bad, eh? Cheers, thanks for watching. And as a finisher for that, I made that little video and then went to start the car and the bloody thing wouldn't start. I'm about 2 miles away from the airport. I'm turning it over for the first time, it won't start. Turned it over about 10 times. Got out, locked it, got back in again. Oh my God, anyway, it started, so thank God for that. Last thing I needed is a breakdown, even though I was covered for all that. Let's get this bloody car back, de-stress myself. That's another thing, it's been 2 weeks. It's been enjoyable, but marginally stressful at times. So these 2 weeks are done with.